Okay, so hello student, welcome back. And let's look at because SPM exam is near. But I think you guys know lah. But I just want to share something about exam timetable. So your
Okay.
let's say you are taking you are taking BM, right?
Yeah.
So you are taking BM. Where's my pencil? Let me take yellow. So B So I think you guys know already, but never mind. I just want to share something about the timetable. For BM, BM actually not much thing to read, correct or not BM? Because
Yeah.
yeah, because you see open lah, you last minute you want to do BM, then I don't think you should focus time in BM. Maybe for sestra you can read a bit lah, but most marks also not from the sestra, is from the essay
Yeah. Essay.
it doesn't really matter if you don't spend too much time in language already. For Malay, Chinese I'm not sure, but Malay and English also you can read about literature, but just know the story should be good enough. You should able to know the story and write, rather than just don't spend too much time because it doesn't really help a lot in language subject in last minute revision. But of course you now we still have 2 months left lah, spend more time in literature. And um, for essay last minute is really, really hard to improve unless you want to
Yeah.
memorize lah, you want to use memorize method. But I don't know lah your teacher. Then after that you plan properly, like for example here, then after that you still have another here, and here is another 5 days left. So these 5 days you can focus for English or other subject. So you plan properly lah, because here got another 5 day. So you plan properly, because 5 day for, like for example like science subject it really help a lot, 5 days, how much thing you can read about for science
Yeah.
and history. Then for English, okay, English, then English to sejarah. So this is a 7 8. So you can see here you only have 1 day left for sejarah. uh,
Mm.
Sejarah now is open book or what?
No.
Not open book. Yeah.
Sejarah and or PM, then it's fair everything already.
Yeah, fail sejarah, fail BM. So make sure that don't this, because here such laser and this one March is just 1 day. So around here you should just focus on sejarah already. Here got 5 day. Oh, here only got a few days. Ahad, Kamis, Jumaat, Sabtu, Ahad. So and then we got Isnin. So eventually here, at least you got 3 days to focus at sejarah. 3 days to
Yeah.
focus at sejarah, and also 3 days to focus on English. So when you read sejarah, probably you want to spend 2 hours in sejarah for your revision, and 1 hour in your English. You don't think English, then you understand all your literature, but sejarah, then
Forgot
you
already.
you you forgot,
Yeah.
then you have 1 more day left, you got no time to do, then you get a very bad result for it. So and by the way, English is a language subject. Even you don't know the literature, but your English is very good, you I think maybe you
Oh,
still can get A if your
our
English is very good.
English no more literature already.
Oh, your English no more literature already. Then
Yeah.
then 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 don't do language. Don't need to do last minute revision because there are not much thing that you can do. Focus more on the thing that last minute you do. It really help you to improve, like sejarah. These 3 days, if you every day read 2 3 hours, then it's a lot. Not read do I say wrong.
Do
And
yeah.
then what I do is usually I will do, and then I will walk around, ponder about it, and then I will read, memorize, not memorize lah, do. Then you will get tired, then you walk around and look at the tree, then you do. I think that is my method lah. I don't know your method. Then we have mathematics again, last minute revision. There is not much thing you can do for mathematics. You can do a few lah, a few questions, but you should do earlier. Mathematics and then last minute can help a lot. Just make sure you do it now, starting from now. Then it helps a lot. And then moral also a lot of thing to memorize, right?
No.
No.
Moral is like BM. Something like BM. Just need to write a lot.
Easy to get A.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so here is another 1 day, so maybe you don't focus on moral, and then after that we have science. So from moral to science there is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So for science you only has 2 days left.
2 days. Yeah.
Yeah, so these 2 days also help a lot lah, these 2 days help a lot. But if you, I believe that 2 days much. Yeah, actually if 3 days 4 days is good, 2 days is actually a bit packed. But what to do the exam set? Since here say already 2 days for science, you might want to consider cannot lor in front sejarah, so there's no choice lah. So you need to start now already because before
Yeah.
science is sejarah, so you really need to
Mm.
focus at sejarah, and then maybe science you can focus on Wednesdays onwards.
Yup.
You can read a bit lah. You read a bit, maybe 30 minutes should be enough. 30 minutes or to 1 hour on Wednesday you must read. Even you don't like, you know that mathematics is coming, but you still need to read. But because I'm not
Mm.
asking you to read like 3 hours you should plan it
Mm.
1 hour for science, 2 hours for mathematics. Let's say you don't read just on mathematics, then suddenly 2 days left, then
Yeah.
you won't have time to refresh your memory because you forget everything. You remember sejarah but you forget about science already. So you plan properly. The timetable you should able to at least either you want to write down just a draft will do 1 hour maths, 2 hours science, or 1 hour science, 2 hour math. So you do the draft first, then I didn't ask you to just sit there for 3 hours. You can watch movie, watch Insta also. Just make sure you spend the 3 hour or 4 hour revision. And then after that is bahasa Cina. Bahasa Cina. So Penyangan got anything to read?
Yeah. Penjaga is all theory.
Oh dear. So is it
Yeah.
all theory must memorize
All
lah?
theory. Yes.
Wow,
But
then
only from 4 and from 5 lah, because from 1 to from 3 no penjagaan.
yeah. So maybe you want to spend like now you need to start already 2 months 3 months before exam. You spend 30 minutes every day. 30 minutes today is perniagaan, 30 minutes tomorrow is science, 30 minutes today. So you plan your time properly so that you won't regret. If you don't plan your time and you didn't
Yeah.
follow, make sure the planning is something that you're able to do and you are able to follow. That's why I say 30 minutes because 30 minutes is not that really much. If you can spend 1-2 hours it's even better. But actually it's quite fun 1 hour 2 hours. Sometimes you do exercise, you walk around, you think. Actually it's quite fun also. It's not something that is very boring or what, because you will apply in life. For example, perniagaan, if you think properly, it help you in your future life. Science is lesser than perniagaan also. And then you have bahasa Cina. Not much thing to read, is it?
Actually, bahasa Cina quite hard lah.
Yeah, quite hard. But is there
It's quite
a
hard.
lot of thing to memorize?
Memorize, yeah, a lot lah, actually.
A lot lah. Then yeah. So you have Wednesday and Friday. Also 2 more days, but because it's language subject, I don't think that last minute will really help you a lot because it's a language subject. No, yes, or you need to memorize a lot of things.
Actually not really memorize lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you do practice like from now, then yeah, actually not that much to memorize lah.
Okay. So we already good look through the whole exam paper, and what the principle is planning. Those that fail to plan is planning to fail. So we have 2 months before the war. So now is the really important time, and it will make a lot of difference. If you really plan and follow, your result will really C become B, B will become A in this especially 2 months, and it all depend on now how you want to plan it. Okay, very good. So now we already finish all the planning. You plan yourself lah, because it is your paper. Because each student is different, so you need to plan. I'm not saying 12-hour reading, 3-4 hour reading per day. I think it's very good. Usually what I do is I will set my time 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock. You are younger lah, so you need to sleep more. Sleep 10
Yeah.
o'clock or 11 o'clock. Set alarm. Even you sleep 2 o'clock also never mind. Even you sleep 2 a.m., you set alarm 6 a.m. Set alarm
Wow.
6 a.m. and you wake up and do your revision. Because morning, no people disturb you. So morning you do your revision, you study. Then after that, you will get tired. Because 10 p.m. you will start to get very tired. Then you will start to sleep early. Then you set the alarm clock 6 a.m. again and continue to do this until you then it will change your grade one because it will change your grade because suddenly you wake up every morning and no people disturb you and you really enjoy the time. I enjoy wake up morning to do my assignment and my homework, but yeah, I should wake up 6 lah, but I wake up 7. But I'm changing it to 6 a.m. because I'm also study and I also got a lot of homework and assignment to do. Okay. Section B, number 5. Dragonfly show experiment conducted in a science laboratory. So this is a science experiment. Let's look at what he want. So he put yeast and glucose and they put flask. So obviously, what gas it will produce?
Alcohol.
Yeah, it will produce alcohol and what gas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Eh?
Got any gas? No gas ah?
No.
No. So here is lime water. So what gas?
Oh, methane.
Carbon dioxide.
Oh, carbon dioxide.
Because we know that you know lah ha. How
Oh,
to
yeah,
test
yeah.
carbon dioxide? How to test carbon dioxide? Okay, this few things you need to know testing about gas. To test carbon dioxide, usually we use lime water. And the lime water will turn what?
Oh, cloudy.
The lime water will turn cloudy. Show that there is the presence of carbon dioxide. Either cloudy, some books say milky, some milk say chalky. Up to you lah ha. You want to write cloudy also can, milky also can, chalky also can. Up to you. And this is to test carbon dioxide. How about how to test oxygen? How to test oxygen?
Oxygen.
Yeah. Use burning splinter. After that,
Oh, yeah, burning splinter.
and then after that, splinter. Use burning splinter and then put it near the mouth of the test tube. So I just write keyword lah ha. So you make your own test tube. You make your own sentence, and the fire will rekindle. Okay.
Yeah.
If you don't know, you just write the fire come out lah. I think the teacher will still give you correct lah because it's not English lah. So how to test hydrogen?
Hydrogen.
Yeah.
Hydrogen.
Burning wooden splinter, and then what? What can you hear?
Pop.
Yeah, pop sound. Pop sound. But here I just put test tube lah. Mouth of the test tube. It's the same. So you make your own sentence. Don't memorize the whole sentence. You just need to memorize the keyword. Okay, hydrogen. The keyword here is burning wooden splinter, test tube, mouth test tube, and pop sound. So you just make a sentence lah. Ha? In order to test hydrogen gas, use burning wooden splinter. Put it near the mouth of the test tube. Pop sound can be here. Okay, for oxygen, use not burning, lighted. Use lighted wooden splinter. Put it near the mouth test tube. The fire will rekindle. And this is carbon dioxide. Use lime water, and the lime water will turn milky, chalky, cloudy, whatever lah. So this is a common question. I think surely one question will ask on. Surely in SPM, one question will ask you either how to test carbon dioxide, how to test oxygen, or how to test hydrogen. Easy, 1-2 mark, either objective or subjective. You should be able to get. This is a very common thing in science. Diagram 5 show an experiment to conducted in a science laboratory. This one you remember, if you remember, you write down, later you don't,
Okay.
you don't later cannot remember.
Okay.
Okay, diagram 5 show experiment conducted in a science laboratory. Okay, so you put yeast and you put glucose. So you put yeast and glucose, what they are trying to do, what are they trying to do?
Fermentation.
Fermentation. Yeah, they're trying to do fermentation. They're trying to make alcohol, and you can do this in your home as well. If you have you can go YouTube. What you just need to do is you just put some water, and then you put glucose, and you put yeast, and maybe you can try to put grape or rice, then you can get the alcohol. You just make it 2 months, and you'll be rich actually, because the cost price for this one might be RM 2 ringgit or 3 ringgit, but when you sell it, when it become alcohol, you can sell it like 15 to 20 ringgit, and this is really a good business. You can do it by yourself. You can usually I put rice, because if you put rice, then you can mai zao, and then you can put in the fish. Usually Chinese people that cook fish, they put a bit of the alcohol mai zao.
Yeah.
Very good business. Wow, I thought already, I also feel like want to do. You do lah, as student, if you want to do, then some auntie they want to buy, then you can sell to them. Who knows, it's good, then you can sell more and more people. Sure get money one this business. But you need to wait very long lah, 2 months lah, 2 or 3 months, I'm not sure. Name the process that takes place in this experiment. So what process takes place?
Fermentation.
Fermentation. What is the product from the above experiment?
Alcohol.
Alcohol, very good. Alcohol. But of course, this alcohol is, one thing is, this alcohol is mixed with water. Unless you want to make it more pure alcohol, what process you need to undergo? How to separate alcohol and water?
To burn it.
Yeah, you need to burn it,
With
and go
ethanol.
and go through the process called, what's the process name already? Yeah, this distillation process, then you can get maybe 99.999% alcohol. This one maybe you mix 50-50, because there's water, unless you do something about it to remove the water through the process of distillation. What is the observation of the lime water?
Cloudy.
Okay,
Lime water turns cloudy.
Okay, the lime water turns cloudy. So lime water, of course, is the limestone that you can get from the cave. If I'm not mistaken, is you just take the I'm not sure. Okay, you can just take from the stone in a cave. And another word for lime water is calcium carbonate. Okay, CaCO3. Okay, calcium carbonate. Write the word equation for the chemical that take place.
Glucose solution.
Glucose.
Plus yeast.
Glucose solution plus
yeast.
Plus yeast, okay.
Then arrow. Then alcohol plus carbon dioxide.
Alcohol plus carbon dioxide. Very good. Okay, of course, there's a chemical equation, but they just ask you the word equation. Give an example that can replace the glucose solution in this experiment. Okay, apple juice. Okay, fruit juice. I just write here lah. Fruit juice. State 1 use of product that state 5B in daily life.
Use as fuel.
Okay, it can use as fuel, as solvent, and so on. Okay, not that very easy, very direct question. Diagram 6.1 show the cross section of an oil palm fruit. Okay, so this is the stalk, the shell, and what is Y and what is Z?
Y is the kernel.
Y is the kernel and Z?
Z is the pulp.
Okay, so which one got more oil?
The kernel. The pulp.
Yeah, the pulp will be have the more oil. Okay, or we call it as mesoscrap. Another name for it is called mesocap. So we say the pulp or the mesoscap. Many sometimes students always confuse that they thought the kernel contain more oil, but the pulp actually contain more oil. But which one got more quality, the pulp or the kernel?
The kernel.
Yeah, the kernel actually has more. If you want to compare the quality of vitamin, if I'm not mistaken, vitamin E, and the kernel, you will have a better quality. But if you want to talk about which one has more oil, the pulp will have more oil. Name the process to produce palm oil from fruit. The process called extraction.
Extraction.
Extraction. State one advantage of palm oil to health.
Low cholesterol.
Low cholesterol. Yes. Low cholesterol. It has vitamin A, low cholesterol, and so on, which is very good for our body, our skin. Not to be confused with the mamak, because when you talk about palm oil, it's actually quite expensive, 30-40 ringgit. But if you go to the mamak, usually they just use the 2 ringgit oil and then they just cut the plastic flap. But if that is not the palm oil. It is I think it's more towards the saturated oil, and it's not that healthy compared to natural palm oil. Circle the item made. Of course, outside you keep it's like that one lah. They fry all thing also. They use all the oil. Circle the item that made from palm oil in diagram 6.2.
Candle and soap.
Yes, from candle and soap you can get you can use the oil to make the candle and the soap. This one no need to use the quality lah. The cheap oil also you can do. 7.8, the location of endocrine gland in the man. What is P?
P is the pituitary gland.
Function?
Function is stimulate growth.
Yeah, stimulate growth hormone. How about thyroid gland?
Thyroid gland is body temperature. No.
Homeostasis. How about Q?
Q is the kidney. No. Pancreas. No. Q is the ovary, sorry.
Q is an ovary.
Yeah.
For
our gamete.
Reproduction of gamete. Or female gamete, and male gamete, female gamete will be the ovum, and the male gamete will be the sperm. Near gland P and Q, state one function of the hormone of P and Q. So P is to control the growth. So I put here, control the growth, whether you want to grow too big or too small. So I don't know how this thing work, but probably around age 17, for male 21, the growth hormone will be lesser. So you stop becoming taller when you reach the age of around probably 21 or 22 for male, and maybe 19 or 20 for female. But if your this thing, your problem, it will continue to secrete and you become like a giant. And become a giant is not good because you are more prone towards heart disease, and usually giant they die faster also due to the heart disease. Q, what is the function of Q? One
Produce
hormone, no. He say one function of hormone is
hormone.
secreted.
Uh,
So what is the hormone doing?
Menstrual cycle.
Yes, control menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle and also female secondary sexual characteristic. Okay, so of course there's a proper hormone circulation at the proper time, so the menstrual will be known in science. The menstrual cycle will be around 28 days, and if the lady don't have a proper menstrual cycle like 28 days, sometimes 20, sometimes 32, 33, probably will suggest that the person need to see doctor. Then we may need to check doctor to see, have a medical checkup, see what is happening to the ladies health. I'm not sure, maybe is it ladies have more health issue than guys, I'm not sure lah. But if I'm not mistaken, what I remember is when before the age of 50, usually female are tend to have more disease, whatever disease lah, health disease, and after they are 50 they have lesser prone towards disease. And for male, before 50 years old you got lesser disease, but above 50 years old you actually got all the weird disease coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So state 1 effect on woman if both gland Q are removed. So what will happen?
Sterile.
Okay, the sterile means the person cannot have
Give birth.
baby anymore, or you can say that it cannot produce ovum or no menstrual cycle. And when does the menstrual cycle stop for a female?
After 50 years old.
Yeah, after 50 years old, there will be a menopause, so the woman will start to produce ovum. Unlike guy actually produce sperm throughout their lifetime. But of course, the quality of the sperm will be reduced as the guy is getting older. For female, also the same actually. The older she get, and the low, I mean, if she pregnant like maybe 35, 36, 30. 33 onwards is not that good lah. I feel it's best for the first baby to be born before the lady is 30 years old. After 30 or 35, it might be dangerous for um, the mother and also for the child. So that is why it is encouraged for ladies to actually get married and they have a birth of baby before 30 or
35.
35, because you have actually the better quality of sperm and ovum. As you get older, actually the quality of it is being reduced. State 1 function of thyroid gland in human exotic system. What is the function of thyroid gland?
Control metabolism.
Okay, to control metabolism rate. Okay, to control metabolism. Okay, let's look at this one. Diagram 8 shows the container in the processed food, buah manis. So this is the Malaysian standard lah. You need to say the weight, the expiry date, the ingredient, the title, and the factory name, and so on. This is a must in the Malaysian food production, and if you didn't follow, then people can report you and sue you. Based on the diagram 8, identify 2 chemicals written in the label. So what are the 2 chemicals?
Sugar.
Sugar
and benzoic acid.
Sugar and benzoic acid. So of course, sugar we know, sugar will cause diabetes, and benzoic cancer can cause what lah? Anything? I forgot already. So if I'm not mistaken, I didn't Google it lah. Maybe you can Google. Benzoic cancer is one of the item that correlate with cancer. So we want to take this a lot lah. That's why you read the label properly. Is it called benzoic acid lah? I forgot. Then maybe you don't want to buy, because if it's correlate to cancer, then you might want to consider. Of course, now you are still young lah. You eat no problem. But after you continue like every week you take or every day you take, then you actually you have cancer, then you regret it. But and then you don't know why. Right? This why. That is why. This is why the person get cancer. You might want to consider all these things. But before every time I buy thing, I stand a while and I read the label and I Google it and see whether that thing is good for health or not. Okay, based on the Dragon 8, which chemical used as preservative?
Benzoic acid.
Benzoic acid. Okay, sugar or benzoic acid? Sugar or benzoic acid. Okay. Name the method of food processing diagram 8.
Canning.
Canning. CANNING. What information should be written in the label? I think maybe there are a few items missing. What are the other thing that the label is missing?
The nutrition label.
Nutrition label and
The information.
information of what?
The manufacturing.
Manufacturing information, correct or not? So we want to sue him, we need to know where is his shop and what is his name. That's why this is very important. Manufacturing information and the nutrition label, so that it's a standard. If that's why sometimes when I see people sell product or what, if they don't have this label, they are not approved by maybe the food ministry, then you might consider don't want to buy, because they do it self-made and it's without license, and whatever you eat, then you need to be liable for yourself, and there's nothing much you can do about it. Okay, so I think I will teach until here, and maybe what you can do is you can rest for a while, then you do, and if you got any question you ask me, can?
Okay, can.
Okay, so I teach until here and I see you next time, okay?
Okay.
Okay, bye bye.
Wait, I want to ask tell something.
Yeah.
Next week, right? Cause